So, it's Friday, right? We play on Sunday night. I want to go back here and take a look at this Pro Football Focus game simulator. You've been rocking with me before the season started. You already know I did this simulator like over 100 times before the season started to see what our season would come down to. And there was a lot of 10 and 7s, okay? There was some 11 and 5s. There was 12 and 5s. There was also some 14 and 3s. So it's kind of interesting now, right? Because right now we're sitting at a record of what? 4 and 3 coming out of a win over the 49ers. Now we're going to go ahead and play the Buffalo Bills on Sunday Night Football at home. Then we play the Texans. Then we play the Ravens. Then we play the Steelers. So we have a very tough second part of the schedule. So I wanted to go ahead and just take a look mainly at what it thinks is going to happen moving forward for the second half of this season. Keep in mind this is beta, right? And also, again, we're going to disregard the first part of the season because it's going to sim the whole season. I wish you could just do the ending part, but you can't. You have to do the whole entire season. So let's just see what this ends up giving us for second half wise. Okay, so this simulation here might be a little bit more accurate with how we've been playing the last couple weeks, where we should have gotten a lot more wins. Okay, has us destroying the 49ers. That's a W. All right, maybe. Hold up. Is this beta learning? Did this beta learn how good of a team we are now? All right, somebody told the Pro Football Focus beta that we are back. The computer's like, listen, Joe Burrow's back, okay? If Joe Burrow is back, this is dangerous, okay? 13 and 4. All right, let's put our Inspector Gadget goggles on here. So they're going to have us, we already beat the 49ers, right? They have us beating the Buffalo Bills 22-17. Okay. Then they have us beating the Houston Texans 19-9. Beating the Baltimore Ravens 33-28. Beating the Pittsburgh Steelers 24-14. Then beating the Jacksonville Jaguars 22-11. Beating the Colts 29-19. See, the loss to Minnesota interests me a lot, because that means it has a lot of faith in Joshua Dobbs to beat us. And last time we played Joshua Dobbs, remember, Kirk Cousins is out with, for the year with the torn Achilles. Joshua Dobbs got traded over to Minnesota from Arizona. Arizona. Weird to say. But he got traded over to the Vikings. So we're going to be playing a guy that we've already played before, right? Now, at that time, we don't know if Joshua Dobbs is going to be the starter or not, because it's very possible that the Vikings, what they end up doing here is, if their season's already over by week 15, they might just say, you know what? Joshua Dobbs is not our future. So we're going to see what we can do with our backup, who is a rookie, see if he can play good. Maybe he becomes, something special. I think they probably will go toward the rookie to see what the rookie can do. I would 1000%, if I am them, I would go with that over going with saying, yeah, we're just going to kind of see what Joshua Dobbs can do. If your season's already over and you kind of want to lose in theory, might as well go with the rookie to see what you have, right? Then we beat Pittsburgh 17-8, and then we lose to KC by 4 points. Dang, man, that would be such an awful loss, too. Especially with the fact of how many games we won. Like, now if we go ahead and put in here, like, our actual record, right? So we lost the Cleveland game, lost the Ravens game. We beat the Rams. We lost the Titans game, right? We beat the Cardinals, beat the Seahawks, beat the 49ers. What is that? So we'll be, 4-3 going into this game. We beat the Buffalo Bills 5-3, 6-3, 7-3, 8-3, 9-3, 10-3. We'll be 10-3 going into that Vikings game. There's no way in any circumstance we don't win that Vikings game then. No, 100%. 11-3, 12-3. That Chiefs game, we'll be 12-3 going to that Chiefs game. that would be like a heartbreaking moment to lose that game, especially because that could be for the conference. And 12-3, you could like switch these two losses around, switch this one and this one, and I'm okay with that. Because if you're like, well, you guys are gonna go 13-4 because you lost the last week to Cleveland. Well, it's possible if we beat KC and we beat Buffalo, we're probably going to have the AFC conference locked up anyway, so it doesn't matter, right? We would literally just potentially, not even play our starters at the end there. So, with that being said, these are the stats it has us for the season. It has us at 11 interceptions. How many passing yards? 4,756 passing yards. How many passing? Let me check this real fast. What Joe Burrow is currently sitting at stat-wise. So currently Joe is sitting at 1,500 passing yards, 10 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Means he has to really get 3,200 yards more in the second half of this season. He also has to, in theory here, get around 26 more passing touchdowns. That's actually not that crazy. Because how many games do we have left? What is this? 3, 6, 9, 10. 10 games, so what did I say? He needs to get 26 divided by 10. It's around 2.5 tutties a game. That's not that crazy, to be honest. Jamar Chase, 1,500 yards, 92 receptions. Now, Jamar did start off very slow this year because of our offense. So I will say that he still has 656 yards, so he doesn't need like 800 more yards. 15 receiving touchdowns is going to be difficult. He has 4 right now. He would need 11 touchdowns in the next 10 games. So that means he would need to get like at least 1.5 touchdowns a game. I don't know if he's going to get that. I'll be honest with you. I love him, but I don't think he's going to get 1.5 touchdowns every game. If he does, I mean, that might be a reason why we win these games, is because he gets that. T. Higgins, 1,058. Currently, he has 218. And he has 2 tutties on the season. So, I don't think he's going to hit the mark. Tyler Boyd might hit the mark. I know Tyler Boyd had a really great game last week. It's very possible he could hit the mark here. He's 224 yards and 2 tutties. Yeah, so he just needs 500 more yards and 4 more touchdowns, and he'll hit the mark. Joe Mixon. Will Joe Mixon hit that mark is the question. Because currently, Joe has had like good games this year so far. He has 453 yards rushing. So that says rushing and receiving and 2 tutties. So he has 2 tutties rushing right now. Okay, so he needs like what? Around another 700 yards rushing. And he needs 3 more tutties to hit his mark here. And then rushing and receiving. What did Joe Mixon do this year for receiving wise? I don't think he has done really much of anything. I mean, he has had a lot of like receptions, but I don't think he's had really big games. But yeah, he had 127 yards this year on 19 receptions. So, all right, interesting. All right, so I'm going to sim this one more time, and I just know how this luck goes. If I sim it one more time, it's going to give us an awful record. So, I'm going with the first one as our, key success going forward. But first game we win. Second game we lose. Okay. Third game we win. Don't tell me we're going to lose the fourth game. Okay. We win. Oh. See, this is why I don't sim it too many times. I get, I sim it, I make the video, we talk about it, and that's it. Because you sim it too many times with these things. I've done it 100 times. I've done it over 1,000 times, it feels like. And these simulators are crazy. They're very crazy. They're very finicky. Sometimes it makes sense. Sometimes they don't make sense. And it's usually what you have to do with these simulators. You have to do it like 100 times, look back, throw out the outliers where, yes, they'll have you go like 0-16. Throw out those outliers and you're fine. Right? Now, okay, you know what? Interestingly enough, yeah, we're going to throw out, 11-6 isn't bad. But this could potentially happen in this second half. This is actually not that outrageous to say. We could lose to the Bills. I don't think we will. We could lose to the Texans. I don't think we will. But if we beat the Ravens, Steelers, Jags, Colts, Vikings, Steelers, and then lose to the Chiefs by 4 points yet again, they really like that point perspective. But then we beat the Browns. Yeah, that's actually not that outrageous to say. For the second half here, I think that's actually somewhat logical. And honestly, that first half was all correct except for us losing to the Cardinals. If you take away that Cardinals win, loss here, then pretty much what this simulator is saying is we're going to finish 12-5. That's what this is saying if you correctify that Cardinals. So this actually is not a bad simulation. You know what? Maybe I was too quick to judge Pro Football Focus's beta. Maybe I was too quick to judge because this actually is not a bad simulation. Tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you guys next one. Peace out.